What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and as you can see in the background, boys, we're at a little bit of a different location today. Yeah, that's right, guys. That's the smell of California air. We're here. My man Chase is here with Suzuki. We're at the headquarters. Chase is going to take us inside. He's going to show us a little bit. He's going to show me a lot of bit. I'm going to show you guys as much as I can, but there's some highly top secret confidential stuff inside here that we're not allowed to talk about on camera, but let's go check out and see what we got. Here we go, boys. All right, guys, welcome to the underground laboratory here at Suzuki headquarters in California. They got a nice little office set up here, but what I'm going to be going back to see with Chase is around that corner, some top secret information that we're going to be talking about before we go to the NHRA race this weekend in Pamona, California for Hayabusa Homecoming. Now, you know this is the event that we were supposed to be at with the orange 25th anniversary Hayabusa. Somebody screwed that up. Long story short, guys, we hit the ground 192 miles per hour. I'm here, but the bike, as you can imagine, did not make it to the event. We're going to be going out there supporting Vance and Hines Racing, Team Suzuki, Revzilla, watching them, cheering them along, and I think we're going to be in the announcer booth.
Yeah.
I mean, they say they're going to put me on camera. I'm like, what? It's not a cell phone camera? And they're like, nope, it's on TV. So we're going to find out what that's all about. Hopefully, I can do okay on the TV. Co-commentary, I mean, what is the world coming to? All right, guys, we're going to go behind closed doors, and we'll see you tomorrow at the racetrack. Here we go, guys. We're at the racetrack on Friday at the Suzuki tent. You can see we got people in here everywhere. The crowd this weekend is going to be off the chain. I cannot wait to get up there in the announcer booth. This is going to be super, super fun. Going to be talking with Fox Sports 1 as the bikes run. They're going to be running here in a couple hours. We're going to go around to a bunch of different trailers, talk to these guys, interview these guys. I want to show you these drag bikes with wheelie bars and what these things are like. Behind the scenes looks in NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle, guys. We're here with Chase Van Sant and Chris Bostic's camps, the team Ready Parts. These guys, Trick Tools, are competing for the points championship this weekend. Currently 5th in points, hoping to go to 4th in points. Chase, tell us what you got going on this weekend.
Man, first time racing at Pomona. Been here several times, but I'm excited. You know, we got a chance to move up to 3rd in points, and yeah, it's going to be tough. There's a lot of good competition here this weekend, but we'll see how it ends up in the end of Sunday. So
yeah, cool. So Chase came from the no bar world, just like I did. What, this is the 2nd season, right?
Yeah, sophomore season.
Sophomore season, and out here 4th in points. I mean, how can you expect much better than that? Chris Bostic out here too, just teamed up with these guys. Chris, tell us what you got.
Oh my gosh, you can't imagine what it's like being out here and being part of the war team and having last year's Rookie of the Year being my actual teammate. It's like I died and already went to heaven. So it's amazing just to be a part of being in the NHRA. You know, here's a kind of a tidbit. I did some research, and I believe I am the oldest guy to ever be in the top 10 going into the final race.
No way, dude. Not with hair like that. Look at how pretty. I mean, good Lord.
I know. 65 years old. Everybody thinks
65. Okay, nice, dude. Well, congratulations, man. You got a nice looking rig here. Both of these bikes, super cool Hayabusa platform. Of course, none other than Zook Nation. All right, guys, we're gonna go around, check out some other pits, see as much as we can see today. Stay with us. Well, guys, take a look around. We got sunshine in the background, but we got rain everywhere on the ground. Unfortunately, the event today has been called off. So I got up in the announcer booth, was ready to do it, had the mic in my hand. Sprinkle, 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 here it comes. You might figure more Mafia comes to California, Southern California, where it never rains. We're basically in the desert, boys. They see rain here like 3 times a year. More Mafia comes, guess what it does? Rain. Are you kidding me? Saturday morning, boys, we're headed to the racetrack. Check this ride I got out. It drives itself, Tesla rental car, full self-drive. Like literally you put in the GPS where you want to go, you touch the steering wheel ever so often and it takes you there. Stops at the red lights, stop signs, puts the turn signal on, changes the lanes, does everything. It's pretty weird, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna be honest with you, yesterday, I did not have it on autopilot. Took a wrong turn like twice. I'm like, I'm definitely letting the car drive from here on out. This place is way too confusing. Just let the car do everything. Put in your GPS where you want to go, sit back, and it takes you there. We're at the racetrack here in a few minutes. It is chilly today. 55 degrees today. Ooh, come on out, sunshine, warm us up. All right, guys, I told you we were going to be taking you around to the pits of some cool race bikes, but I have found another race bike racer that's not on a race bike. We're here with Ida. She is a top fuel car driver. I guess you would call this thing a car. It's absolutely insane looking. Ida, tell us about this thing and how did you go from a turbocharged Hayabusa to this thing?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up racing dragsters, like junior dragsters when I was 8, and then supercar when I was 16, and then made a move over to bikes, raced the turbo bikes for many years, which I loved, absolutely loved. But this has always been the dream, like top fuel dragster has always been where I wanted to end up. These machines are, I mean, they're incredible. It's about 11,000 horsepower, you pull about 6.5 Gs, that's tops.
6 Gs?
And yeah, we're trying to run 330 miles per hour this weekend, so we'll see that.
Guys, 330 miles per hour. Absolutely insane. You said 11,000 horsepower? This thing is insane. Like, I don't even know, as I just glancing over here, I'm like, I don't even understand what we're looking at. Like, the valve springs are like humongous on this thing. The headers are huge, everything about it. And on top of that, they tear it down and rebuild it every single pass.
Yeah.
How much fuel does this thing burn?
About 15 gallons on a normal run, and obviously most of it is on idle because the car is running between a minute and a half depending on scenes, and basically everything except for the actual full throttle run, which is between 3-4 seconds, is actually on idle. So about 15 gallons to make a full pass. For a warm-up, which is only on idle, is 5 gallons just for that, only the warm-up.
So to answer your question, guys, the fuel mileage is not that good. This thing, what does it cost to run something like this? Let's just say per pass. Now, we know you have good passes and bad passes. Sometimes it breaks, sometimes it does great. Give them an idea of how much it costs.
We're talking about $12,000 a pass if nothing goes wrong. I mean, hopefully you don't blow an engine up. I mean, sometimes they can cost more than that, but that will be like an average of what it costs to be out there.
$12,000 per pass. So I think I can afford to make like one pass in this thing.
Maybe that's enough. If you make a good pass,
maybe so. All right, guys. Ida's definitely looking for more sponsors to help pay the $12,000. You can always reach out to their team. But guys, I hope you enjoyed some of this. We're gonna go check out some more pro stock bikes in a little bit. Stay with us. Here we go. All right, guys, I got you more behind the scenes stuff. We're about to go into the production trailers, NHRA. We're gonna see how this stuff is produced on TV. I think we're gonna be blown away by what this stuff is like. Let's go in here and check it out.
Tony, you've been coming to this racetrack since you're a kid. You've seen a lot of big moments here. main audio. Main audio what we do is the very hard sport to create the show. We'll go at 85 and Font 2 off. A lot of stuff going on. So 85 Font 2. Get it up so they're having that segment.
I'll clip all like different. I'll clip like this shot of the bikes.
They'll clip different parts of it. Bump ins, bump outs, things like that. We like to show what goes on in the track.
Over 200 miles an hour for sure.
We're headed up in the tower now to see race production. This is where I'll be announcing that later. It's going to be pretty cool. Let's go check it out.
How you doing? Good to see you again. Yeah, how are you? Yeah, come on out.
So this is what I say about being so easygoing. So it's amazing. It actually really is.
Good, sir.
And so it just worked out that I was able to just kind of rev up for the motor in it. Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, so more. Yeah, no. Yeah, there was over 1,000 of them. So I don't know what the ratio is, you know.
That's just top alcohol, guys, not even nitro cars. All right, guys, Pro Stock Motorcycle coming to the lanes. These are some of the guys we've been talking to into the pits. It's time to see how they run. Now, let's see what happens, guys. We are up close and personal with all the, I guess you would say, in the action. We're right in the middle of everything, getting you guys firsthand experience what it's like to be a part of an NHRA full-time Pro Stock experience. CM, what's up, man? A lot of you guys recognize this guy, Richard Gatson, competing for Rookie of the Year. Good luck, dude. This is going to be a good one for you. I think you got it in the bag, but
I think I need to have one more strong performance weekend. The last couple races, we were kind of a little light on performance.
this is the weekend, dude.
This is the weekend.
This is the weekend.
I think we're going to finish strong this
I think Richard's been saving his first win for the last race of the year. I think you got it, dude. Good luck, man. All right, guys, here we are on the start line. Pro Stock Motorcycle, Gage Herrera, Richard Gatson, Team Suzuki rolling to the line now. Let's keep our fingers crossed they make a good pass. These guys are so consistent. They do so good on such a good basis. Watch and see how professional this whole operation was. No, this is not Gage and Richard, but they're coming up next in a couple pairs. Take a look at the starting line, guys. Look at how different it looks from one of our tracks. You can see there's basically no glue on the starting line. NHRA, they prep for slicks, and it is totally different from the radial tire prep that we're used to on the East Coast. Looked like he maybe had the clutch set up wrong and blew the tire off. All right, guys, Suzuki versus Buell. This is a lady on the inside run, Chase Van Sant on the outside. Who you guys like on this one? This one's gonna be a good one. A classic boys versus girls. V-Twin versus Suzuki. This is going to be interesting. These are both two very top contenders. Give the win to the ladies on the Buell. 677, super good pass. So this is Hector Arana. We talked to him yesterday. Versus Richard Gadsden on the Suzuki. This is home team versus the V-Twin. Who's it gonna be, guys? Can the Buell pull off another win over the Suzuki? Let's see, this is gonna be interesting. Richard's going for Rookie of the Year. Hector is making a real strong performance in the points. Let's see who can take this to the finish line. Richard takes the win, 676, 199. Here comes the leader of the V-Twins, Matt Smith, versus the leader of the Suzukis, Gage Herrera. This is a showdown. This is number 1 in the points for Gage, number 2 in the points for Matt. They're going for the championship this weekend. Woo-wee, this is a good one. Gage mission aborted. Something happened to his bike. Matt just went 672 to take number 1 qualifier so far. This is going to be an interesting weekend. Now here comes some real horsepower, boys. They got anything at the NHRA race. Take a look at this. We got Clydesdale horses and the Dalmatian dog. I'm going to take a guess and say this is none other than Anheuser-Busch out here putting on a show with all the real horsepower of the event.
Famous Budweiser Clydesdales. Ladies and gentlemen, please honor.
Oh yeah, here they go, boys.
Here come the Clydesdales leading our Veterans Day parade.
Veterans Day, guys.
Arian still going strong at 103 years old. Next up, in a 1980, he now races with his dad, Jack, in the NHRA Supercom category. Jack Turner! Thank you, Jack, for your service. Next up, in 1959 Chevrolet Impala, Corporal Joseph Vincent from the Army 5th Special Forces. Please, Joseph, get up on the back rack. It's a convertible for a reason. Sit up on the back, baby. Sit on the back so we can appreciate you. Raining down the route. Special Forces 304 Camden, Kentucky, serve 2 tours of operation. For enduring freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom.
All right, guys, so you remember earlier we talked with Ida in the Top Fuel Dragster? Well, this is it out in the lanes getting ready for a run. Look at how insanely long this thing is. She's all suited up. You can't even tell who's in there or what's going on, but she is tucked away very tightly. Let's get a little peek in there. I could not imagine driving something like this. All right, guys, Ida has hooked us up. We got the super special VIP package to go on the starting line with the Top Fuel cars. I personally have never done this. This is going to be a crazy experience for me. I can't wait. I'm taking you along with us. Here we go, boys. God, the smell is insane. The nitromethane, it burns your eyes, and I'm not even up here close yet. absolutely insane. Brittany Force in the other lane, guys. Another lady. I don't know if my earplugs are good enough.
Force goes 3.690. Tony goes 3.6.
Guys, you know how we got scooters for pit vehicles? These guys have Suburbans and full-size SUVs for their pit cars. I just made it back to this Suzuki trailer. I was telling him I was all excited. You're like, about the story of being on the start line. They're like, dude, you need to clean your face off. Look at all the rubber and all the stuff that was on my face. Insane, worth every penny of the experience. I'm like, if you've never been to an NHRA race, you guys got to come to one of these things to experience what it's like. Here we go, guys. We're up in the tower in the announcer booth, about to do some announcing for Pro Stock Motorcycle. This is going to be super fun, super cool experience. Here we go.
Gage Herrera out on the track in Pro Stock Motorcycle goes 6.765 to fire things off, and the reigning world champion is going to go to number 2 on his Vance and Hines Suzuki Hayabusa. The folks at Revzilla and Motul, that video that you saw, rolling into things there. It was a little hype video for Chris Moore, who's joining us up here in the tower. You do indeed have to, you got to flip that switch up. I told you I'd give you the rundown there. Keep it up all the time. Keep it up all the time. Yeah, keep it up all the time. Well, as long as you want to talk, you keep it up. How about that? All right, I got it. This is I shut it off when I don't want people to hear what I'm going to say. Okay. But since I'm here, you're going to have to give me kind of the wink, if you know, because my mic would be on too. You got me. Wink, wink, and talk. I got it. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. And Chris is hanging out with the folks at Suzuki in the Hayabusa program today to let all our great fans in who have Hayabusas and rode them to the track in for free. Let's get ready to go with Lance Bonham and Clayton Howie. But it's great to see you out here. Not with the motorcycle, unfortunately. We had a little incident.
Little incident, went down 3 weeks ago, 192 miles an hour. I hit the ground, but only a few bumps, bruises, and scrapes, no broken bones, and I'm here to tell the story.
How fast were you going to hit the ground?
192 miles per hour.
Oh, just a couple of bumps, scrapes, and bruises, and
yeah, super fortunate. Somebody was looking after me for sure.
I fell off a golf cart once. I landed on my feet and it scared me.
Yeah, I don't want to do it again, put it that way.
Have you ever thought about riding one of these machines, Chris?
I definitely have. I would love to get the opportunity one day. Unfortunately, the time and the travel for NHRA is tough for me right now, but I would definitely love to get out here and give it a shot.
Nobody said you had to come run all the races.
You're right.
I just want to see you license on one.
I'm going to make it happen one day.
You know, I know somebody
that can give me the license, or that...
Well, I mean, you've got to make the runs to get the license.
Okay.
But I know somebody with a couple motorcycles.
Yeah.
That might say Hayabusa on the side.
That's right. Vance and Hines.
And one of them just went 678 at 198 miles per hour for Gino Scali. Tell us about your Hayabusa, because it's drastically different from the Vance and Hines ones rolling out here.
Yeah, so I've got a turbocharged, street legal machine that I can ride any and everywhere. We took it to Daytona Beach Bike Week. Me and my wife rode it around town. I've been a 730 at 206 miles per hour on a street bike.
With no bars?
No wheelie bars whatsoever, and I can ride it around town.
That's amazing. What's the reception when you ride that thing around town?
You definitely get some looks at the red light. For one, it runs on E85, so if anybody's beside you with their window down, she's a little smelly.
Flying Ryan Ayler and Gianna Evaristo getting ready to bump in the El Bandito Yankee Tequila Pearl Max mission on the left. The Scrappers, Matt Smith Buell on the right. Ryan Ayler might be making his best run of the weekend. How about it? 688, 196 miles per hour. Gianna as well, 683.4, and another 202 mile per hour run. She joins her teammate and the crew chief, Matt Smith, in the 202 club this weekend. Ayler goes 13. Gianna sits number 11, and here comes Chris Bostic. And John Hall. Denso Mule. Folks at Brakes. Matt Smith Racing on the left, and Chris Bostic, part of that White Alligator team. The Suzuki for the folks at the Surf. Which, you know, shameless plug here, Chris, but next time that you're hanging out down in Florida, you know, the Surf likes motorcycle racing. You think about stopping there for a night.
Yeah, for sure. Chris Bostic, he's definitely putting on a good show out there. Has a parachute on his motorcycle.
Yes.
The only one in the class with a parachute. Super cool. I couldn't imagine pulling a parachute on a bike myself, but I guess he's doing it and doing good with it. So he says you can't really tell a big difference, but I think that's a good safety thing to have on the bikes.
Well, it definitely slows him down quicker. That's a noticeable difference that you see when that parachute does exit the back of the bike and blossom on the top end of the racetrack. And so we'll get ready to roll into Nitro. Track prep underway. Chris, thank you so much for coming up and joining us. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you back out here with the bike.
Thank you for the cool experience. Hopefully next time I can put on a show versus give you something to listen to.
We appreciate it. Hope you heal up well here over the off season. Nitro coming your way next.
All right, guys, we've seen a lot of cool stuff at the NHRA race today, but there's definitely nothing cooler than what I'm about to show you. I wish there was a for sale sign on this thing right now, boys, because I'd buy it and I'd drive it back to South Carolina. Take a look at this Honda Acti, dude. You know I got one of these at home. This thing is sick. Super, super clean, super sweet. I feel like I definitely got to do the airbags and lower mine like this. Oh my God, dude. I love it. Honda gang, as Big Country would say. Take a look at this thing. Tuck-in tire, dude. She looks so, so sick. You can see the airbag set up in the back. Oh, I love it. All right, hit the switches on her, brother. What? This thing is insane, dude. I feel like we definitely need this for mine, guys. Guys, we're back in the pits here with Ida's car. They're tearing it all down now. Look at this thing, I guess you would say, tore apart. This is the gas tank. This is the fuel line. What in the world? I don't know if you can tell about how big it is, but the fuel line is like bigger than my arm, guys. All right, guys, I told you I was gonna take you around to some different bikes in the pits. Well, here we are with Steve Johnson. Steve has got one of the cool, Steve has got the most experience in the class, right? This guy has been doing this stuff, I ain't gonna tell you how long, but a long time. You just got an award this year, right?
500 races.
500 races. That is insane. Do you know how many miles on your truck? Like, I don't think he's ever cut it off, guys. 500 races. It takes a ton to get that. Tell us about this motorcycle, Steve. What do you got going on here? How is the fuel injection set up on this thing?
Well, as you know, technology goes in all kinds of directions. You guys are the kings of technology in some cases of going 200 miles an hour and not having the thing flip over. But the technology on the motorcycles is a lot with monitoring the data, how the clutch slipped, what RPM you shifted at, the G meter, exhaust gas temperature. We don't have power adders, so we have to extract every little bit out of it. And I'll tell you, when you talked about 500 races, we have a special t-shirt on our website that lists all the things that happen. If you go to the races and go to all the races each year, and you do it for 38 years, you'll have 500 races too.
38 years? That's how long it took to do. Woo! That's a lot of practice, Steve.
Yeah, but our class is so unique because it really is a rider's class and a tuner's class. And what has to happen in the pits is so important because the crew has to do everything exactly the same. Because when you're talking about changing a half a gram on your lockup clutch, you need to make sure that the clutches get clean the same way, you ride the same way, everything gets put back together the same way. Otherwise, you don't know if that half a gram made a difference. And when you think it's slipping and you need to add a half a gram on there because 60 foot's so important and all the way down, those are the things that are documented, and that's what makes our class really so exciting because it's all the details matter.
You got a lot of details here. One detail though, your fuel injection.
I didn't answer the question.
You didn't answer the question, Steve.
So
Tell them.
I have a hat that let you know about my fuel injection. It says Electron, but it says carburetors. So we're the only one out here that has an MSD ignition from 1997 and Electron carburetors. That's right, folks, Electron carburetors. So,
and he's number 5 qualifier. That's amazing. Like, to be honest with you, the other bikes, they got so much technology. I know about the gizmos and gadgets and the stuff that I use, and you're still running the stuff from 1997 and you're number 5 qualifier with the best of the best. That says a lot for the knowledge. I guess the 500 races are definitely paying off.
We try to represent a different side of pro stock motorcycle racing. We have a monster cylinder head. We have a Vance & Hines crankshaft. We have OEM cases. We have a Liberty transmission. We have Webb camshafts. As I said, MSD Electron carburetors. The key there is anybody can buy every single one of those parts, put it together on a Cosman chassis, put some body work on it, and have some riding ability. Sure, you have to have a truck and trailer. We have the smallest truck and trailer at the NHRA races, literally. And but you gotta have heart. And if you're relying on money to make you happy, I can promise you this is such a fun class. And it's going to be our job this year to engage a lot of you guys that are on the fence on what you want to do next year to look at pro stock motorcycle racing. You can rent a Vance & Hines pro stock motorcycle. Gino Scali just went $679 on it.
Very impressive.
You can rent that for about $12,000 a race, but it's a lot of bread. But then when you leverage that against a sponsorship, in theory, you could get a sponsor for $100,000 or $200,000, and even turn it into a career, which I've tried to do for all these years, and we've had a lot of success. But the point is we want people to come over here and see how much fun it is. It's a lot of work, and I dedicate a lot of stuff, but it's so much fun. It makes you thrive. It makes you want to wake up in the morning. It makes you want to fight. And when I see you and everybody at your races on street bikes that go 200 miles an hour, it pisses me off a little bit.
Ah, come on. We got turbos, though.
You got these. Folks, I had a turbo on a 1986 Kawasaki when 860, 164, I think, back in the early 80s. I didn't really know what a turbo did, but I knew it was fast, man.
They're definitely addictive for sure.
Really, really fast. But this is different. Let me show you a little.
Show us the stat sheet you got.
This is what we get after each run, and this is a sheet, and they print it out for you. So here I am, number 6, and a 104 60 foot. Here's number 23. This was Richard Gadsden. He was 104.7. Here's number 3. I don't know who that is. Number 9. That might have been Chase. And what it is this is the bike number, and this is how you fall at 60 feet. Who won the race to 60 feet? We happen to win the race there. So here is 330. I skipped a line. Here's the 330 mark. Well, I was number 1 here. Now number 4. This wasn't Richard. It was number 4. I think that might have been Matt or somebody like that. Yeah, it's probably Matt. But here's Chase again, and everybody gets lined up. Well, here's the incremental time. The incremental in between 660 and 330. Well, here's the 660 8th mile. We're number 1 again. I picked a great sheet, right? But here's everybody at half mile or quarter mile. 8th mile.
Half track, Steve.
Half track. Okay, so here's the mile an hour. So we really fall off. So you can see the highlighted one is us, and we start tailing off because I need to work on the horsepower. But here's number 4. This is Matt, and he has a 240 back half, which is the top of the page. The point is with this data, you can tune your motorcycle to everybody else. I mean, the goal might not be to go the quickest. The goal might be to be quicker than everybody else. So that's a perspective, but I'm telling you, with this kind of data and the computer that you have, along with your crew, you can tune and change, and details matter. And those are some of the things that we use over here in the NHRA to try to win the race.
Guys, I think what Steve is trying to tell us is that we need a pro stock motorcycle, at least for a couple races a year. Even if it ain't mine, we can rent one. Who knows? Who wants to step up, help out? I mean, it seems like a lot of fun. I definitely could want to do it for sure.
There's a lot of aftermarket parts. Now, Vance & Hines gets in trouble or gets beat up because they make a lot of parts, but you can go buy these parts. Like I said, I told you everything that we have. You can go out and buy all that stuff, and you can go 677 at 196 miles an hour and qualify number 5 and have a really good shot at trying to win first round tomorrow and try to win the race. And if you can package that, I didn't win a race for 17 years. I didn't win a race, but we had sponsorship. And when you have sponsorship, you have money in your pocket. When you have money in your pocket, you can go to the next race.
That's it. Well, guys, Steve, thank you so much for having us in here, showing us about your bike, telling us about the stuff, informing the fans of about what all goes into this stuff. This is interesting knowledge that they can learn from, and we appreciate everything, okay?
At Christmas time, check out my website. I'll have all kinds of t-shirts. But you're the Superman right now.
Tell us the website.
SteveJohnsonRacing.com.
Steve Johnson.
I have a scholarship too for young people. Be a technician. It's called Batman. Be a technician. So
okay, that's where they can go.
They can go, and it's only 6 questions for a scholarship. Young people, you need to be in school, but we want to promote skilled trades, and it's special to me. I was a technician, so motorcycle, diesel, or automotive technician. You're still in school. Go to our website, check out Batman Scholarship, fill it out, and if you're a finalist, we'll ask you for a video, and then you could win lots of Snap-on tools.
Cool. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate everything.
Thanks, man.
All right, guys, that's the end of one race video. We're about to start another one as we're back at the airport again. This time we're headed to Trinidad and Tobago to do some more racing. We'll see you in the next one.